As we grow older, it's natural to face many challenges, and both physically and emotionally. But what if I told you that the biggest obstacle to living a longer, healthier life might not be your body, but your emotions? The way we handle our emotions as we age can directly impact not only how happy we feel, but also how healthy and resilient our bodies are. In fact, research has shown that avoiding certain emotional pitfalls can actually help us live longer. You see, we all know that stress, anxiety, and regret can wear us down, but as we age, these emotional states can actually accelerate physical decline. They can affect our heart health, immune system, and even our mental clarity. So today we're going to dive deep into the 6 emotional mistakes that many seniors make without even realizing, and most importantly, we'll show you how to avoid them to ensure a longer, happier life. Why does this matter? Because life isn't just about how long you live, it's about how well you live. And avoiding these emotional mistakes can transform your emotional and physical well-being, allowing you to enjoy your golden years with more vitality, peace, and joy. So if you've ever found yourself feeling stuck in negative emotions, overwhelmed by stress, or unable to move on from the past, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand these emotional pitfalls, but you'll also have practical steps to help you break free and live the life you deserve. Let's get started. Emotional mistake number 1: holding on to regret. The first emotional mistake that can silently drain away years of happiness and even shorten your life is holding on to regret. We all make mistakes in life, both big and small. Perhaps you regret not spending more time with loved ones, or wish you'd taken a different career path, or harbor guilt over something left unsaid or undone. For seniors, these regrets can build up over a lifetime and feel especially heavy as you look back and reflect. It's natural and healthy to reflect on the past, especially if it helps you learn and grow. But there's a world of difference between learning from your experiences and becoming trapped by them. When regret turns into constant rumination, mentally replaying missed opportunities, failed relationships, or moments of loss, it becomes a destructive force. Instead of guiding you, regret can weigh you down, trapping you in a cycle of guilt and helplessness. Ralph Waldo Emerson, philosopher, literature, and philosophy, once said, "Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Emerson, a renowned American philosopher and writer of the 19th century, encouraged people to create their own journeys, free from the shackles of regret or convention. His wisdom reminds us that while the past is unchangeable, the present and future remain open and full of possibility. Why does letting go of regret matter so much for your health? Numerous scientific studies have demonstrated that holding on to regret causes the brain to release stress hormones like cortisol. Chronically high cortisol levels have a direct link to increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, immune dysfunction, and even impaired cognitive function. Emotionally, regret can erode your sense of self-worth, leading to depression, anxiety, and a general sense of hopelessness that seeps into every area of your life. The truth is, letting go of regret isn't just an emotional decision, it's a crucial step for your physical health as well. When you release regret, you're not erasing the past, you're lightening the emotional load you carry, freeing up mental space for healing, creativity, and new joy. This act of self-forgiveness and acceptance has a ripple effect throughout your body, calming your nervous system, reducing harmful stress hormones, and making room for growth. Action tip: if you're burdened by regret, give yourself the gift of forgiveness. Acknowledge your past mistakes and allow yourself to feel them, but then let them go. A powerful exercise is to write down the regrets that haunt you, then physically destroy the paper, tear it up, or safely burn it as a symbolic act of release. Repeat to yourself, I forgive myself. My past does not define my future. Commit to living in the present, where your choices today can still shape your future. Every moment is a new opportunity. Emotional mistake number 2, suppressing your emotions. Our second emotional mistake is one that's often rooted in upbringing, culture, or even personal pride: suppressing your emotions. Many seniors grew up in times or places where emotions were meant to be controlled, hidden, or pushed aside. The mantra to stay strong or keep it together is often worn as a badge of honor. But beneath the surface, bottling up feelings, whether sadness, anger, fear, or even joy, can quietly poison your mind and body. Suppressed emotions don't simply vanish. Instead, they build up like steam in a pressure cooker, increasing anxiety, depression, and sometimes resulting in unexpected outbursts or physical illness. When emotions are not expressed, they become sources of chronic stress, straining the heart, immune system, and even your muscular system. Sigmund Freud, neurologist and psychoanalyst, psychology and psychiatry, once said, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, dedicated his career to understanding how the unconscious mind and suppressed feelings impact our health and behavior. His work highlighted the importance of acknowledging and working through emotions, not hiding from them. Why does expressing emotions matter so much? Scientific evidence shows that people who regularly suppress their feelings have elevated stress hormones, leading to high blood pressure, chronic inflammation, and greater vulnerability to disease. Bottled up emotions also disconnect us from others, causing loneliness, irritability, and sometimes even memory problems. On the flip side, expressing emotions, whether by talking with a friend, writing in a journal, or creating art, acts as a safety valve, reducing stress, helping us maintain emotional equilibrium and supporting longevity. Emotional openness isn't a sign of weakness, it's a hallmark of resilience. Action. Tip: find healthy, safe ways to release your feelings. If you're feeling sad or anxious, reach out to a friend or family member, join a support group, or write in a journal. Even creative outlets like painting, gardening, or music can be powerful tools for emotional release. The goal is not to wallow, but to acknowledge, process, and move forward. Emotional mistake number 3, avoiding change. Our third emotional pitfall is avoiding change. Change is often uncomfortable, especially as we get older. Our routines, beliefs, and familiar surroundings provide comfort and a sense of security. But life is a constant flow, and resisting change can leave us feeling disconnected, frustrated, and left behind. Whether it's changes in our health, relationships, technology, or even where we live, adapting is key to staying vibrant and engaged with life. Staying stuck in old ways, even when they no longer serve us, is a recipe for stagnation and decline. Heraclitus, philosopher, ancient Greek philosophy, once said, "Change is the only constant in life." Heraclitus, a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher, observed more than 2,500 years ago that everything in existence is in flux. His insights remind us that resilience comes from learning to flow with life, not resisting it. Why does embracing change matter? People who fear or resist change tend to experience more stress, miss out on new opportunities, and struggle with adapting to life's inevitable ups and downs. This can lead to feelings of frustration, anxiety, or even hopelessness, all of which negatively affect both mental and physical health. On the other hand, those who accept and embrace change often remain more mentally sharp, emotionally flexible, and physically active. Action tip: start small. Try a new activity, visit a new place, or simply alter your daily routine. Each small step into the unknown strengthens your adaptability. Over time, you'll find change less frightening and more invigorating. Remember, it's never too late to grow. Emotional mistake number 4, isolating yourself. As we age, many of us experience the temptation to isolate ourselves, whether it's due to loss, retirement, or a sense of feeling disconnected from the world. But isolation is one of the most detrimental, emotional mistakes you can make in your senior years. Loneliness has been linked to increased risks of heart disease, cognitive decline, and even premature death. In fact, studies show that loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Humans are social creatures, and we need connection to thrive, especially as we age. Guillermo Maldonado once said, "Loneliness is not lack of company. Loneliness is lack of purpose." Why it works? When we isolate ourselves, we cut off one of the most vital sources of emotional nourishment, human connection. Isolation leads to depression, anxiety, and mental decline. Conversely, maintaining strong social connections improves emotional health, promotes cognitive function, and even boosts your immune system. Action. Tip: make it a goal to connect with someone new today. Whether it's joining a group, calling an old friend, or volunteering, engaging with others regularly helps you stay emotionally fulfilled and mentally strong. Emotional mistake number 5, neglecting your sense of purpose. Let's move on to another emotional mistake that many seniors make as they age: neglecting your sense of purpose. As we grow older, it's easy to feel that our role in the world has diminished. Retirement, empty nests, or loss of a spouse can make us question, what is our purpose now? The answer to that question is crucial for our well-being. Why it works. When you lose your sense of purpose, your emotional health can take a huge hit. Studies have shown that people who feel like they have a purpose live longer, experience less depression, and have better cognitive health. Having a purpose doesn't mean you need to have a career or raise children, but it does mean finding meaning in the things you do. It could be volunteering, mentoring, pursuing a passion, or simply feeling needed. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." Action tip: take some time today to reflect on what gives you joy, meaning, or a sense of accomplishment. Even small actions like helping a neighbor, participating in a hobby, or volunteering can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose into your life. Stay engaged in meaningful activities, and you'll find that the years ahead become even richer and more fulfilling. Emotional mistake number 6: letting fear control your life. The final emotional mistake I want to talk about is the fear of the future. As we age, it's natural to feel a little apprehensive about what's next, be it health issues, financial concerns, or just the uncertainty of life. But when we let fear take the lead, we limit ourselves and put a brake on our happiness and our potential to live longer. Why it works. Fear triggers our fight or flight response, which can lead to chronic stress. Chronic stress weakens the immune system, raises blood pressure, and accelerates aging. It also keeps us from trying new things, stepping outside our comfort zones, and embracing opportunities for growth and joy. Living with constant fear leaves us stuck in a mental space where we're afraid to take risks or make changes. But those who embrace change with courage and optimism are the ones who often experience the most rewarding and longest lives. Anonymous once said, "Fear is the enemy of growth." Action tip. When you feel fear creeping in, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, our fears are worse in our minds than in reality. Try to replace fear with hope and action. Start small. Maybe try something new today that you've been avoiding, whether it's meeting someone new, trying a new hobby, or making a change in your routine. Over time, you'll see that facing your fears head-on can lead to greater freedom and joy in your life. To wrap up, here are the 6 emotional mistakes that can shorten your life and reduce your quality of living. Holding on to regret, suppressing your emotions, avoiding change, isolating yourself, neglecting your sense of purpose, letting fear control your life. But here's the good news. You have the power to change these emotional habits. By practicing awareness and taking small steps every day, you can improve your emotional health and live longer. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress every single day. Remember, your emotions are not something you need to suppress or ignore. They are powerful tools for healing and growth, and by managing them well, you can live your best life, no matter your age. Action. Tip. Today, choose one emotional habit to work on. Whether it's releasing regret, embracing change, or finding a new sense of purpose, small changes can make a big impact on your emotional and physical health. Final message: longevity lifestyle tips. Now that you understand the emotional mistakes to avoid, let's talk about how to make small changes that can add years to your life. Remember, aging well is not just about physical health, but about emotional health too. The more you prioritize your emotional well-being, the more you'll be able to experience joy, vitality, and fulfillment in your later years. So here's the final message. Take control of your emotional health, and in doing so, you can shape a future that's filled with happiness, peace, and health. Your emotional habits today will dictate the quality of your tomorrow. Action. Tip. Reflect on which emotional habit you want to work on this week. Is it letting go of regret, embracing change, or finding a renewed sense of purpose? Whatever it is, take action. Because your longevity begins with your mindset,